We are back with your news in Indiana and Illinois borderline area. Um, Now, coming, it's just been announced that this was announced on June 19th, which is today. Actually, it was posted on June 17th, but they updated the story. Um, Illinois is opening up a new marijuana dispensary, and it's opening up on the Indiana-Illinois borderline. Um, Coming out of Indianapolis, Indiana, there's a cannabis company called Terabis, which is a Missouri-based company that sells weed, and it's opening a new location in the Graybill, Illinois area, a town that sits on the Indiana state line of I-64. Um, they accept anybody that's 21 and older, of course, and you have to have a valid ID from any state that you come from, and this also includes Indiana. And like we've seen with our dispensaries in Missouri, we do expect to see a lot of out-of-state traffic, especially just being across the border from Indiana. Said Antonio DeRose, who's a spokesperson for the Terabis weed dispensary factory. Now, the Grayville location will eventually serve people who need marijuana for medicinal purposes, and they currently sell vaporizers and edibles. The dispensary is about a 3-hour drive from Indianapolis, Indiana, and the next closest dispensary to that would be the one in Effingham, Illinois, which is a little over 2 hours away. Um, Now, the Indiana Hoosiers people may likely be driving out of state to purchase marijuana in the near future. Now, Governor Eric Holcomb said earlier this year that he would not sign any legislation legalizing marijuana in Indiana until it is decriminalized by the federal government. Now, however, state lawmakers will meet this summer to examine the impact of legalizing weed all over the place. Illinois is one of only 7 states where marijuana is legal to be sold and brought. Basically being sold and bought, basically. There is a recreational cannabis tax that is added onto the purchases that goes to the state, and the state decides exactly what to do with that. Although it is legal to consume marijuana in states where it is decriminalized, it is illegal to transport it over state lines. And then also in the Merrillvile and stuff like that news, there was a Merrillville man, I think it was Merrillville man, that died after 2 semi trucks collided. That was the other day. Another one is a 7-year-old boy drowned because a 7-year-old boy drowned in Lake Michigan. But I think he was from the Portage area. Then there was another one where a body was pulled out of some lake, and it wasn't the 7-year-old boy, but there was another one. I think it was a woman that was pulled out of a lake. I have to look at it to make sure. There was a winning Powerball ticket sold in Gary and a winning Powerball ticket sold in Merrillville. The 2 people that purchased those tickets have yet to come forward, and they only have a certain amount of time before they do so. If you don't claim it within a certain amount of months, then you lose out. Yeah, here. A body found in Robinson Lake in Hobart. And it was a woman. This happened about 1 p.m. She was in her early 30s. Yeah, that sucks. Today is the celebration of Juneteenth. Schererville, Indiana, accepted an $8.4 million grant to build a railroad overpass on the street of Kennedy Avenue. So I guess we'll find that one out. And also, the city of Valparaiso, Indiana, receives a grant to address any substance abuse. A Lake County, Indiana poll contractor named Michael Nene of Mad Pulls is charged with fraud, theft, and the police are seeking more victims, possibly coming forward. There were some ancient findings uncovered at a site of a former hunting lodge in Couch. Let's see what this is about. Okay. Couch, I think, is about a half an hour from me, so don't ask. Gosh, it's not going to let me do it. So I have to skip that one. And an update on for the Hickory Ridge apartments across the street from me, because I live in Merrillvile, Indiana. There was an email that was sent out, supposedly from Hickory Ridge, talking about basically they claim that basically they're sorry for the shit that happened, and that but I did see an email somewhere in Crown Point and Griffith for all the displaced tenants that were of Hickory Ridge. There's an apartment complex in Crown Point and two in Griffith that are willing to let the Hickory Ridge residents stay there for the time being. They said they have openings, but who knows how many openings they have. But you did have like over 30 people displaced. A man in Geary and a man in Marable are charged with dealing fentanyl. Damn, I guess people just basically getting their hands on drugs. They're bringing a couple businesses to Indiana. There's supposed to be a new bakery coming to Indiana. I don't know the name of it, but they serve maple and bacon, and it's like a deli shop, and they also serve Diva-licious desserts and bakery and cafe opening. I'm not sure where it's gonna be at in Indiana, but they're putting one here. Cedar Lake, Indiana is doing a dredge project, and it was decades in the making. I lived in Cedar Lake the first 6 years of my life living out in Indiana, but now I don't live there anymore. There's nothing really to do with out there anyway. Let's see what we got here. Let's see if there was anything in the past hour. Or past 24 hours. Yeah, there's a lot of used cars for sale in Marable, and they're claiming that they're they're claiming they're around $5,000 and under. Bullshit. There is some Catholic school in Marable, not the Andrean one, but it's a different one. But the expansion goes to Aquinas, where it goes to the Aquinas Catholic school, and they're expanding. They're trying to expand the thing by making more classrooms and offices. There's still a whole bunch of shit coming up on Hickory Ridge. There was one from 3 days ago, one from 5 days ago, one from 4 days ago. Like I said, they discovered numerous flaws yeah, so basically it's like the same thing where they discovered numerous flaws. Um, so basically, the Keenest Catholic School in Merrillville gets a $3 million expansion. Centure Bank, which is the bank I have, makes a significant donation to the Food Bank of Northwest Indiana, and they donated about $2,000 worth of food. Um, and that was about 400 pounds of it. But that's really about it there for right now. So if you like the video, you can get the video, like and subscribe to my channel, RBW King. You can also hit the notification bell so that you'll be notified when a new video comes out. Also, go ahead and leave a comment, let me know what you think. And if you want to support my work even further, you can donate to my Patreon link, which you can find in the about section of YouTube, and for just as little as a few bucks a video or a month, your donation can help go a long way, and thanks for listening.